Hi, it's Lonnie with Crafty Traveler. And if you'll remember in the last video, we left the Rocky Mountains and headed east and north. We saw Giant Windmill Farm in the plains of Colorado. We saw a couple of antelope along the way. Now we are at Trailing Edge RV Park in Limon, Colorado. In this episode, we'll take you on a tour of the park and we'll meet the owner, Cindy. Stay tuned. How did you get the blade?
We demo wind blades. This one was actually hit by lightning.
We're here at Trailing Edge RV Park for one night. Today is May the 19th. You can see there are already quite a few campers in the park. And where we are, it is a little bit close together. You can see our little passport. All the spaces are pull-through, I believe. No, they're not all pull-through. These folks are in back-in, but we're in a pull-through. We asked for that so that we wouldn't have to unhook. So there's our little spot, and there's my little tire cover. And you can see we're kind of close to our neighbors here. But again, we're both only here for one night, and we're waving to each other through our dining room windows. Our door, compared to the other side, is got a lot more room. I said earlier that the spaces were gravel. Well, the ones we're in right now are dirt. But I think she's intending, well, no, that one's some dirt too. So they're dirt, and some are grass. Snickers is by the Big Blade at Trailing Edge RV Park in Limon, Colorado. This is also part of the property of the Trailing Edge RV Park. They're using it as their dog walking area right now, but they have plans to develop it. Have to come back and see what they do with it. There's the RV park with the windmill blade as their flagpole. Limon RV Park is very safe. They have a police officer who lives across the street. Hi, I am at Trailing Edge RV Park, and this is Cindy, the owner, and we are just 2 miles from Limon.
We are in Limon, a half-mile west of exit 361.
There we go. So Cindy's going to tell me how this park became. Go.
Hi, my name is Cindy. I have Trailing Edge Park here in Limon, Colorado. This is Trailing Edge Park.
Let me just pan. That was Trailing Edge. How many sites do you have?
37 total.
Great, great. Now, how did it become a park?
What happened is when Rush Creek was being developed here in Limon, Colorado, it's one of the nation's largest wind farms. Mortensen Construction came to us and said, Cindy, build us a park and we'll fill it up. Well, my aunt owned the property, and my son, my husband, and I built it, and they came and stayed with us for a strong year and a half. So Trailing Edge is you have the leading edge of the wind blade and the trailing edge of a wind blade. And so we were fortunate enough to get a third of a wind blade, and that is my flagpole.
Okay, now tell me about the company that was making the windmills.
Mortensen, they're a very large wind and commercial construction company. I think they're based out of Minnesota. And so some of their workers came to us and said, we need an RV park while we're building Rush Creek 1 and 2. And so when they came to us, we said, do you promise you'll come? And they said, absolutely. So we got to stay in touch with a lot of them, still stay in touch with a lot of them, but they've moved on, and some of them have come back to visit us again.
Nice. Now, that's one of the biggest wind farms in Colorado, is that right?
It is. It's the largest one in the nation that was built.
Yeah. And how did you get the blade?
We demo wind blades. A lot of things can happen to them. They can be just defective coming from the factory, but this one was actually hit by lightning. And so therefore my husband does
Blade demos?
Yep,
That's
doing
okay.
blade demos. And he came to me and he said, Cindy, I think we can save this blade. And so we made sure everybody left for work first.
Yeah.
And it's approximately 65 feet tall. And it's in the ground approximately 20 feet with 7 yards of concrete. And then we had the flag put on it, and then we put a light on it, and then some girls in the mural painted a beautiful mural. It's all about eastern Colorado.
This is the mural that is painted on one side of the windmill blade that a group of Girl Scouts did before it was put up.
It has the plains, it has the foothills, the mountains, the beautiful sunsets, and of course it's got a lightning storm painted on it.
Neat. And so because that's been struck once, it's not going to get struck again?
We sure hope not.
Okay. Anything else you could tell me about your park?
We're owner operated. I love meeting the people. I love hearing people's stories. I love keeping in touch with people. It's fascinating how people live or where they're going and what fun they have and meeting all the families.
Nice. Well, it's so good to meet you,
You
finally,
too.
after our phone calls and such. Thank you so much for this little interview. There is a highway close by, but didn't hear any traffic at night. Hear all the red-winged blackbirds chirping this morning. Snickers is enjoying his walk, although he would rather walk close to the drainage ditch of the marsh than over at the doggy park. I don't want him to fall in. Well, we are leaving Trailing Edge RV Park. There is a marsh here, and there are a few red-winged blackbirds flying around. We woke up to a little fog. We had a very good night's sleep. It was very quiet. I heard sirens about 4 in the morning, but no real traffic noise and no trains. So I recommend this park. Anyone to come spend the night or a couple days if needed. Hi, I hope you liked our little video. So we're at Trailing Edge RV Park, and you saw the video with Cindy, the owner. It is a nice, clean RV park. We have full hookups and Wi-Fi, and $30 a night. They also do not have a bathhouse restrooms, and they are not planning on putting them in the future, and that's why their price reflects that. They have full hookups, electric, water, and sewer, and good Wi-Fi. Our RV park, she started in 2017, and you heard the story of how she started that. So if you're coming through Limon, Colorado, it's a great place to stay for the night or a day if you need to do business in Limon, Colorado. The closest Walmart is in Falcon, Colorado, which is about an hour west. So I'm ending today's video, and stay crafty when coming to Limon, Colorado to stay at Trailing Edge RV Park. In our next video, we drive through Kansas, and we stay at an RV park in Hays, Kansas. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and stay crafty.